All right, our last type of factoring is called the grouping method, and you heard me talk about grouping. So we're gonna grouping works when you have 4 terms. So we're looking at this like 1, 2, 3, 4 terms. So we talked about the AC method yesterday, and we broke our x squareds into 4 terms. We ungrouped that middle term. This time I already have 4 terms. That's x cubed squared, x to the first, and a constant. So the first thing I am gonna do is group. Okay, I'm gonna cut it in half. What can I factor out of the first half? X squared. And I'm left with x plus 2. And out of the second half, I can factor a negative 25, and I'm left with x plus 2. My line was a little bit too long here. Okay, so my factors are x squared minus 25 and x plus 2. Here's the deal, guys. We are not done. And you're like, oh, Miss Vogt, how do I know I'm not done? I can't give you a good way to determine if you're done or not. Like, every time you're done factoring, you need to look at your factors and think, can I factor again? And I'm looking at x squared minus 25, and big flashing light is going off in my head and saying, look, that's the difference of perfect squares. So I need to factor this one more time into x plus 5 and x minus 5. And don't forget this one. Okay, so remember, factoring is one skill. Okay, if I asked you to solve, you could give me then the 3 zeros that would make it able for me to graph this equation. Okay, so that was something we talked about in the previous video. Factoring is one skill, solving is another. I'm going to skip that and go right to factoring this next one. But these are the 3 factors of this here. So same thing, I'm going to start with grouping. It looks like I can factor an x squared out of this, and I'm left with x minus 8. And I can factor an 11 out of this one, and I'm left with x minus 8. And notice when I factor out a positive number, I always put positive because I need to transfer that into my factors. And then can I factor out x squared plus 11? Is there anything else I can factor? Nope, nothing else I can factor, so I am done factoring. This was a short and sweet video, but now you know all the different types of factoring you are expected to know.